There's some ministry, I forgot the ministry right now. Okay, there's a ministry that it's in Chicago, right in the heart of Queenland, where all the gays are at. And this guy was, he was into a jock, sweats, tennis shoes, didn't have any gay friends. And one time, his best friend said, I need to talk to you. It was a girlfriend, said, I need to talk to you. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, I just want to let you know that I'm gay, that I'm struggling with same-sex attraction. He's like, what? How can that be? But she played sports and stuff. And he was like, I never had a gay friend before. I've always talked about them. He did gay bashing. So imagine with one of his best friends comes out to him and is gay, And a week later, he's with one of his best friends in the car. And his best friend tells him, I need to tell you something. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. He's like, don't tell me, please, you're gay. And the guy starts crying. He's like, yeah, I am gay. And he's like, what's going on? Like, why are all of my friends all of a sudden, coming out the closet or turning gay? So God began to work within his life. And he was in charge of the football team. He would give devotions at the football team and in the locker room. And so he invited his three friends over. Two of them were gay and the other one was straight. Invited them over. And these three friends, little by little, began to bring other gay friends. And then the football guys are all jocks. They're like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, we see a lot of different mannerism, it's not cool. So little by little, the football team began to not participate, to the point where he had 32 people that were in the lifestyle coming to this Bible study. And God began to work in his life and told him, you're going to go out there and you are going to be a voice. You're going to be out there, you're going to be a bridge where you're going to connect the church to the community. And he's done that. He's been judged, he's been criticized, mocked at, made fun of. He says that he's watering down the gospel, and he's not. And God has brought favor over his life, and he speaks at universities and different churches, organizations, around the world and stuff. But just the fact that he was able to build a relationship, it's so cute for you to build a relationship. When I came back to the Lord, I was out in the world for 7.5 years. We partied every day. Got involved with drugs, did drugs, trafficked drugs in the clubs, and the whole club scene and stuff. And it was 17 of us that would all hang out together. And I remember that when I came back to the Lord, I came through a campaña, a revival, in my old church. And I was just there just to hear my sister do worship. And just because all of my family was bugging me, can you go to church with us? Can you go to church? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go and just get it over with. And she needs to hurry up because I'm about to go clubbing, It's on a Sunday, and we got to go make some money at the club. And so service was 5:30. I got there at 6:30 when I knew my sister was going to sing. When the lady started speaking, she's like, I'm almost done. In my mind, I was like, yeah, you need to, girl, because I'm about to bail out, And I was a meth addict, so I was into meth and crystal for 7.5 years. Did it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I was there, and, meth numbs your emotions. So you can be numb. You see someone get run over, and you'll be like, well, you should have just watched where he was crossing. No feelings, oh my God, pobrecito, no remorse, hurry up because I'm running late, that. And I was at the church, and I remember that she just turns around and she looks at me. And back then I had my hair platinum blonde, and I had black streak, the roots were coming out, like Dragon Ball Z. Kind of like how Kevin used to have his hair before, and Hugo. And I was there, and some of the youth told me later on that when they saw me, they had so much fear because I looked very dark and very evil then. And I remember that the lady, she just looked at me and she says, young man, I got to finish quick, okay? Young man, God has a purpose, God has a calling. She began to tell me my life, my whole life and everything. And I began to feel like a huge knot, but I was under the influence of drugs. And I was like, if I can just go to the restroom right away, do a line, come right back, I'll be fine. but something was just holding me back, and I wasn't able to. So then what happened was that at the end, she's like, can I just pray for you? And I had this huge, not because, you grew up in church, you've been prophesied over. Now, when you're out there, there's something that's, you still don't have that peace. And I didn't have that peace out there. And then she made the altar call. She says, can I just pray for you? And I was like, oh, man. I was like, I can't. The enemy was like, no, we got to go. Drugs, your friends, relationships, money, everything. No. The enemy, and God was like, I just want to embrace you. I just want to love on you. And I was like, I was fighting. And all of a sudden, like, she goes, can I just pray? So I just went up to the front, and this huge, like, fat, I used to say it was like a 30-pound tear just comes down. You know when some of you guys haven't been right with God, and someone begins to give you word, and you feel God's love, and you're just trying to fight it, and then all of a sudden you feel that one heavy tear just coming out, right? Can we relate to that? You feel that one heavy tear just like, it just fell out. I just started crying. I was there. I just went on my knees. I was there like for an hour and 15 minutes. I got filled with the spirit of laughter. I got baptized again. And when I got up, I was sober. I wasn't tweaking. None of that. None of the effects. I was like, oh my God. I haven't felt sober for 7.5 years. Tried to put myself on rehab. Couldn't. I would just walk out 3 times. And I was like, oh my God. My mouth is not dry, and the whole effects. You go through withdrawals, you sleep for days, and so everything that I went through and stuff. But little did I know that I thought I was set free. Not I was set free, but the feelings and emotions, like the attractiveness was like, oh my God, still there. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this? I didn't know about Exodus. None of my family really didn't know about my, the lifestyle that I lived. I'm sure they knew because of some of the mannerism and just how I like to dress up nice and everything like that. But it was just something that I needed to deal with this. And the only one that was there was just God and the Holy Spirit to guide me and walk me through this. Same thing with my mom. When I told them, they were devastated. My mom was sick in bed for a month. My dad ended up getting high blood pressure. It was just so hard for them. And it's just not a good avenue to be in. When someone says, I'm gay, don't just think about, oh my God, you just want to be with another guy. You just think about all of these things that we've talked about. All of these things, what happened to this person? Were they sexually abused, sexually molested? Was there never a father? Were they criticized? Were they judged? Were they harassed? Were they labeled? You got to think all of these things that they are going through, because basically when you're putting yourself out there like that, it's like you're putting yourself on blast. You become a target where the society and community will condemn you and will make fun of you. Let's go to the next one. Okay, cool. I know there's like 20 slides in there. So I just want to end with this, and do we have time for Q&A or no? Okay, I'm going to do this quick. Okay, so you guys see this. It's a vase. You're like, oh, how cute, huh? Yeah, it's a vase. I went to a conference at Urban Youth Workers Institute. Video, please get this. No, I'm just kidding. Picasso's got nothing on me right here. No. So I went to a conference. It's called Urban Youth Workers Institute, and it's a conference. And when they have activities in the evening, and you can do learn how to do salsa dancing, or you can watch movies, play basketball. I didn't do that one. They had canvases out there for you to draw. I was like, you know what? I've never drawn on canvas. I've only drawn on paper and stuff like that. I've never done this before. So what I did is I went and I sat there, and there's a canvas right in front of you. They have this huge light, and people are walking behind you like, oh, what are you drawing? What are you drawing? And I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of good artists here, and I don't know how to draw. I was like, God, what am I going to draw? And the first thing I think of a vase, I was like, oh, that's so gay. I was like, God, I've been healed from this, You've healed me from this. I don't want no, strawberry shortcake, something like that. I was like, God, I've been healed. And so the first thing that came into my mind was a vase. And I told my sister's boyfriend who was there, he's like, what are you going to draw? I was like, a vase? A vase? I was like, yeah. I go, I don't know. I have to draw a vase. Okay, do it. I go, I've never done it before. So what I did, I just started drawing it out. And people were walking, oh, what is that? I'm like, exactly. I asked myself that question, what is that? And I was like, it's a vase. And she's like, okay. I go, it's a colorful vase. It's got different colors. And the black here just divides the different colors. And yeah, I go, it's a different vase. And I was like, okay, you see these at Ross, these nice color ones, and stuff like that.